guys ready? Are you guys ready for the man you came to see? He's been one of the top guys in this region for a long time. Please give it up for Jay Chanoine!
Thank you. Wow. Thank you, Portland. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for being here. And most importantly, thank you for supporting live comedy. So we can tape it and get it in the hands of people who don't support live comedy. That's really what tonight's all about. That's who this is all for. The people that don't give a shit that is happening in real life right now. That's who I am trying to reach tonight. You guys seem all right too, I guess. No, I really appreciate you being here. This is awesome. You're catching me at an interesting time in my life. A little over a month ago, I went to see an autism doctor to begin the testing process. And that sentence can only go one of two ways. It's either an I feel like I have wasted a ton of money, or an I feel like my entire life has been a sham. Good news, guys, I don't feel like I've wasted any money. At that first appointment, my doctor told me that based on the pre-screenings I completed, there is a 97% likelihood that I'm going to end up with a diagnosis that puts me somewhere on the spectrum. And like a good comedian, I started telling audiences before I tell my parents. Or as I like to call it, coming aught to my family. If the question is, why was it easier for me to do this than to have an extremely awkward one-on-one social interaction where I reveal vulnerabilities about myself, and there's the potential for a lot of extended eye contact. I think there's about a 97% chance we all know the fucking answer, right? That first appointment felt so much like I went to a mechanic and said, I think there's something wrong with my car. And the mechanic went, that car is on fire! How long have you been driving it like this? I was like, oh, like 35 years? Is that bad? Should I have noticed it was on fire? It is real easy to feel like, how did I not know once you get in that point? But you got to remember, it's harder to notice things when you're like in the middle of it, experiencing it, and there's other factors to consider, you know? There are other things that made it harder for me to understand. I grew up in New England and I loved to draw. I had no idea what my teachers were actually saying every time they were like, I think you are wicked autistic. Oh, holy shit, I can't believe how autistic you are. Yes, this is how they speak to students at the public schools in New England. What the fuck, kid? Let's get some Dunkins. You are wicked autistic. I'd just be standing there like, yeah, I guess that drawing is pretty good. And it only took me 4,266 pencil strokes to complete it. That's a good drawing. It's pretty good. When you do start looking back on your life through autism-tinted lenses, you do start noticing some things that you're like, that probably should have made it a little more obvious. Pretty much my whole life, when I meet someone for the first time, there's like a 70% chance they're gonna think I hate them. Very bad at first impressions. I come off as very harsh and abrasive. You need time to get used to me. My personality is very much a grower, not a shower. Dick's huge. Personality sucks. It's not good. One day I was going to a party. I told a friend of mine I'm going to this party. He said, no shit, girl I work with is going to that party. I'll tell her to introduce herself. And she did. And the next time they worked together, she said, I met that buddy of yours. That guy is a dick. And my friend went, yup. She said, why are you friends with him? And he said, he is an amazing asshole. What he meant was like, yeah, dude's kind of a dick, but he has honed his craft and I admire watching him work. One of the nicest things anyone's ever said about me. I was like, I love you too, dude. Thank you for that. He said, you should let me finish this story. Because she misheard him. So she responded and said, did you say the reason you're friends with that guy is because he has an amazing asshole? Yeah. Guy's friends with me. He is also a dick. He went, yes, that's exactly what I said, and immediately changed the subject so she would not get a chance to ask follow-up questions. So to this day, there's someone out there that if my name comes up in conversation, they'll go, that guy is the worst. Although I've heard. Immaculate beehole, man, pristine, just beautiful. And I am fine with all of you spreading those rumors about me. I know it seems weird for me to put the phrases my butthole and you can spread it so close together. But go ahead, say whatever you want, get creative. I don't care. I heard it glows in the dark. I heard if you whisper it a secret, it'll grant you a wish. I don't care what you say. I just can't confirm or deny if any of that is true. I don't look at my own asshole that frequently. You guys ever tried? It's hard. You're not a ferret. Your body does not bend that way. You know what you really need to pull it off is a plan and a room that you have previously set up. You're gonna need multiple mirrors to get a real good gander. Yeah. Ideally, one's low to the ground, the other one's high up, and they're both angled. But Foot Locker gets very upset if you take advantage of their convenient setup. So what I do now is I just kind of like hover over the phone and take selfies. Let them back up to the cloud. That way, if anyone ever tries to steal my identity, they will regret it. That did happen to me once. I had debit card info stolen from me. Money was missing from my account. If that's never happened to you, I don't recommend it. It's not fun. It's a very offensive experience. And I don't even mean the guy who stole from me. I mean my friends, the people I know. Everyone I told. The debit card was compromised. There was money missing from my account. They all said, oh, you got to cancel that card. Yeah, I know that, man. Like, how stupid do you have to think I am to assume tell you the story was the absolute first thing I thought to do? My bank called me and said suspicious activity, and I went, well, he has to live it up till Monday, because I got to find out what coworkers at day job think the next move should be. My bank was the most offensive. My bank called me to tell me something was up because the guy got a frozen yogurt and then he went to Baby Gap. 2 days earlier, he had spent $100 at McDonald's and within the hour, $100 at Taco Bell. I did not get a text. That means my bank finds it far more suspicious if I want a low-cal frozen treat or to dress my nephew in the latest fall fashions than if I attempt to commit fast food meat suicide. I just picture two guys working at my bank looking at screens, and one of them was like, holy shit, this man just bought $200 worth of dog food quality beef. And the other one goes, yeah, is his name Jay Chanoine? Because he's a piece of shit. He does this all the time, but oh my God, you should see his butthole. It is. Yeah, that's right. You thought we had all escaped the butthole joke, only to find you were trapped in the confines of a second, larger butthole joke. Rectal inception. Welcome to my fucking show, everybody. You've probably all noticed at this point, I did a bad job growing up. We're less than 10 minutes and 2 buttholes in here. You should have arrived. That's a lot of BPM, buttholes per minute, that we're cranking out here. I did a bad job growing up. Somewhere around like 16 years old, my brain went, hey, body, here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna keep going, rapidly deteriorating. We up here are gonna lock in this anxiety-riddled video game addict as our final answer. See how he fares in a professional job market. Spoilers, the answer was not that well. It's true though, man. Anytime I'm like somewhere where a responsible adult is supposed to be, I still feel like I snuck in that room. And I am going to get kicked out. Every 4 years, I go to vote Spend the whole time expecting someone to tap me on the shoulder, rip up my ballot, and go, "That's cute, but you know we cannot count this, right?" And I just go, "Cool, I'm gonna go eat cereal for dinner," because I don't even know what I'm doing there in the first place. I got no idea. And it's not just me, you guys. There are a lot of people from my generation, 30, 40-somethings, walking around right now that feel like they wound up kids trapped in adult bodies. And if you feel that way, I would recommend you also go get tested for autism. Turns out that's a big indicator. But there are a lot of us. And I don't think it's entirely our fault that we wound up this way. It's mostly our fault. I don't think it's entirely our fault, though. I think to some extent, society failed us. I think in the 80s and 90s, our childhoods were too magical. And it made us think awesome was going to be an option. And now we're adults and we're like, we would like things to be awesome. And everyone is like, you were never supposed to think that was actually going to be an option. And if you did not want us to be radical, you never should have shown us Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's the show that I blame for everything, you guys. That's where it all went wrong. That show was massive when I was a kid. Oh my God, I loved it. And if you ask any kid what they want to be when they grow up, the coolest thing they can imagine being is something from their favorite TV show. I wanted to be a ninja that skateboards and eats pizza. Very unattainable in the modern professional market. Not a lot of those positions open right now. The powers that be, they'll never tell you that I'm right and I'm onto something, but the proof is there. They know what they did. Look, they're trying to fix it right now. Most popular show for little kids right now, little something called Paw Patrol. Yeah, they're not turtles. They're dogs. They're not ninjas. They're police officers, firefighters, and construction workers. So ask any kid, what's the coolest thing you can imagine being? They'll say gainfully employed, working for the state, and eager to literally lick the boots of every motherfucker that walks by me. There's no way I just got too liberal for a city called Portland. That doesn't happen on either side of the country. I have at least gotten more logical as an adult. And I know that because I still watch all the children's programming that I loved as a kid. Recently, I was watching an episode of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And I had a little trouble enjoying it as much as I expected to. Logic got in the way. My brain was working overtime a lot more than it should be if you're watching a show called Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So on that show, the bad guys live on the moon. They have a crystal ball that seems to allow them to spy on any place at any time. They exclusively use it to spy on the suburban town of Angel Grove, California, where for some reason martial arts is an adolescent phenomenon. And every attack, the end goal here is supposed to be global domination. But every attack, this one town and their wildly popular youth center / juice bar. And then that's where the Power Rangers keep showing up. Look, I'm not saying give up on Angel Grove, but why are you trying to start at the boss battle? There's no ethnically diverse team of crime-fighting teens with giant dinosaur robots in Akron, Ohio. Go there! Score an easy Midwest win. You'll raise morale on your team. You'll raise public perception of your villainy. Most importantly, you'll remind all the people of Ohio that they can go fuck themselves. Been working on this special for a while. There are a lot of jokes that made it in different forms than I originally thought they were going to be in. There was a joke I was doing for a very long time that I was certain was going to be on my next album. It was about how crazy it is that Bob Barker still is not dead. Yeah, wah, 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 ultimate sad trombone. Can't do that joke anymore. I don't even know why I keep doing this to myself. This is not the first time that's happened. I used to have a joke about Stephen Hawking, and then Stephen Hawking died, and obviously I don't do that joke anymore. Now I'm just really good at an impression that I can never do again. I don't know why I practiced that for so long. It's true, though. If you have a joke about a person and then that person dies, you just no longer have that joke. You can't do it anymore. It doesn't even matter if it's not a mean joke. I had a joke about DMX for a long time, and I tried to do it the week after DMX died. The crowd turned on me. They wouldn't let me finish it. I tried to plead my case. I was like, guys, I am a huge DMX fan. I love DMX's music. He scared the shit out of me, but I love his music. Every DMX song is about how he's hiding in the backseat of your car with razor wire right now, waiting to murder you. I'd be driving around like, this dude is badass. You're not really back there, are you? This dude is badass. They wouldn't let me tell it. I wasn't going to say anything mean. All I was going to say is that in the song, Where the Hood At, DMX used to rap, I know how to get down, know how to bite, bark very little, but I know how to fight. Do you guys know who DMX was? That guy did not bark very little. That's all I was going to say. For a person, he barks kind of the most. If you have an impression of DMX, there is part of it where you bark like a dog. That's a lot for a human. If it's one of your defining characteristics, the scale of how much does a person bark goes from not at all to DMX. Those are the two extremes. Anyway, I do that joke now, because if I can't make fun of one dead barker, I am going after the other one. I originally thought I'd be taping this album earlier than we are because COVID happened during the planning process. And I said that to a group of my friends when I was getting ready for this show. And one of them went, man, I'm so happy COVID's over now. The rest of us were like, Bill, you had COVID a week ago. What the fuck are you talking about? I know what he means, that for the most part, shit is back to normal. But there are definitely some things that are forever changes, that are never going back to normal. If you have a tickle in your throat and you come in for a hug, I will pepper spray you. That's a forever change. I'm never going back. Something that global and that big is just going to have ripples that we're going to be seeing for years to come, okay? 30 years from now, every third grader is going to be at school going, hey, in your grandparents' basement, are there a bunch of medical masks and expired hand sanitizer? What the hell happened? So I think it's important for us to pass down positive stories from those couple of years. I think it's important for us to make good memories a part of the story when we tell it. Because yeah, there was a lot of awful shit. I dealt with a ton of anxiety and depression during those years. But I also got to watch a mass exodus of employees from the fast food industry who told their bosses to go fuck themselves and got to feel how good that feels and never have it affect your life in the slightest. I loved watching that, man. And I'm a touring comedian. I eat fast food all the time. I don't care if I never get to have another JBC again. It's a junior bacon cheeseburger for anyone who doesn't speak value menu. Because instead, I went through a drive-thru, and hanging from the order box was a sign that said, we are closed because I quit, because I hate this place. That was more satisfying than any chicken sandwich I have ever had in my life. And the only people that had any issue with this phenomenon were dudes that would say things like, I only get an hour for my lunch break, and today I didn't get to eat. I spent the whole time sitting in drive-thru because this generation doesn't have the work ethic that and you'd just be looking at him like, sir, you were trying to buy a meat circle from a clown for $1. It's a weird time to act like you have lofty standards we should all be adhering to. I think the best thing that came out of those couple years is that we all got to take a break from being afraid of hearing spoilers because suddenly we had time to consume all of the media. That was nice to not have to worry about that because just before, that had gotten a little intense for my taste. Okay, right before all of that hit was the year that Avengers Endgame came out, and at the same time, the final season of Game of Thrones was airing. And if you were friends with any nerds, it felt like you were friends with a bunch of paranoid schizophrenics during that spring. I was reading an article today. Don't tell me, what did it say? What do you know? Is winter coming? Jesus, dude, settle down. I'm in a lot of nerd groups online. It was an obnoxious time to be alive. Before Avengers Endgame came out, I remember seeing a post in one of those groups, and it was a guy who said, if you are trying to go into the Avengers movie completely blind, do not look at the new toys that they just announced. I just had the entire movie ruined for me. So I went and I looked at the toys. I'm an adult. I can handle a spoiler or two. I also wanted to pre-order some toys, so I went to look at them. The spoiler that he was talking about, there was a character holding a weapon that they do not normally have in the comics. That's it. That ruined a movie for somebody. I immediately hated that guy with every fiber of my being. Can you imagine knowing that person? You invite him over for dinner, he shows up, you're like, guess what I'm making? And he's like, shut the fuck up! You're about to ruin my day. I hope he never gets to enjoy anything, ever again. I hope the next time he tricks some woman into sleeping with him, she's on top and she's like, tell me when you're about to finish, and he's conflicted. He doesn't want to reveal anything about the ending. But he would also like to feel a woman's touch at some point in the future. So he compromises and he tells her, I'm about to finish. And then she climbs off, grabs her phone where she's got a leaked copy of the next Avengers movie, and she shows him the ending. Thereby ruining a cinematic universe and vaginas forever, forcing him to be celibate so no one ever has to fuck that guy, because fuck that guy! Anyway, COVID gave me an opportunity to work through a lot of anger that I've been carrying with me. I had to schedule drinking water into this set list, you guys, because my 2 previous albums, I ended an hour-long set and went, I'm thirsty. I had to practice drinking. I go to a lot of punk rock shows, or at least I did when I wanted to do things. And a lot of times, the band will come out, lead singer will take the stage and ask the crowd, how the fuck is everyone doing tonight? And no one answers that question, right? You just go nuts, you freak out. And it's been pointed out a lot of times by a lot of comedians. That's a weird way to answer that question. They're not wrong, it is. Only time you ever answer a question like that is if you are at a show of some kind. You never go into work on Monday and someone's like, how was your weekend? And you just, like, Jesus, man, what happened? Did you murder a man with your bare hands? You're giving off intense energy right now. I was thinking about it. I think that's an acceptable way to answer a question if that was the way the question was asked. That's the weird part. We don't ask questions like that. I think if we did, we'd respond that way all the time. If any of you ever went out to eat and your server came over and was like, yo, how the fuck is everything tasting? You'd be like, hell yeah, bring ketchup, motherfucker! I think some restaurants would be more fun that way. We should try it. We should try it. Applebee's already has that vibe, you know? Where, like, if you've never heard anyone yell, I'll fight everyone in this Applebee's, you've never really been to an Applebee's. I think I have a lot of good marketing ideas for companies. I think it would be a good field for me to go into. I can definitely tell when they're not pulling their weight with marketing, because I think it every time I drink a can of seltzer. Every can of seltzer, all over it, contains no calories, no fat, no sugar, no caffeine, no shit. You are seltzer. Not supposed to, if you had any of those things, you wouldn't be seltzer. That's not advertising. You can't just brag about the thing that you are. When I buy Cheez-Its, the box isn't like, contains absolutely no bees. You need an angle and a point. I was wondering the other day, why did everyone stop making commercials where people are having orgasms? I only remember one of those. It's in the late 90s, early 2000s. There was a shampoo called Herbal Essences. Those people used it. The whole commercial was a woman washing her hair, having an orgasm. And it was a powerful ad. It stuck with me. I remember it vividly. I was a teenager when those ads came out, man. I would just sit in front of the TV going, what did that shampoo do? Show me how to do it. This would be on in the middle of the day. I get home from school, fire up some Saved by the Bell. There's a woman whose hair is getting incredibly clean. What a message, man. What an ad. This shampoo's so good, if you use it, you'll come. And then, no one used that again. What is wrong with you? That should have spawned an entire subgenre of commercials. We should have commercials. That should be a thing. We absolutely should have gotten Pizza Hut stuffed crust pizza so good you will stuff your pants full of jizz. We could have springboarded whole new products off of that. Are you tired of staining your pants every time you eat stuffed crust pizza? Lee's new jizz-proof dungarees. Anytime a fast food company wants to stop being a bunch of cowards, I'm gonna yum is sitting right there as an amazing slogan. I was eating Taco Bell the other day. My mild sauce packet said, I think you're cute. I was like, if you don't have a hot sauce packet that says I think you're hot and a fire sauce packet that says I want to come on your tits, you are missing an opportunity. It's not too late, guys. This movement could still be started because the company that could make the single greatest ad of all time is still out there. It's Pillsbury Toaster Strudels. Yeah. Does anyone not love the toaster strudel? Oh my God, I love that food. I'm a stoner, you guys. I love the Pop-Tart. Do you have one? Because yes, I want it. I don't care if it's half of one. It's been in your pocket this whole time. Still want it. But if someone in this room says that strudel is available, that Pop-Tart goes on the ground. I don't care about it anymore. Pop-Tart's a grab-and-go snack. You take that out the door. Strudel is a sit-down meal because your knees are about to get weak. That's why. That's a table experience. Everyone I know loves the toaster strudel, and we all love it despite the fact that do-it-yourself icing packet looks and feels 1,000% like you're thawing out a sperm sample to drizzle over the most important meal of the day. Is there a better commercial out there? How good is this food product? Well, you'll accept the fact that you wake up every morning and say, get over here, Poppin' Fresh, I want a money shot for breakfast. I mentioned being a stoner in that joke. I do that sometimes on stage. One time I did, next guy on stage, significantly older than me is a nice way to say it. Real way to say it is I don't know how much regional comedy you've all seen, but about 40% of it is just your casually bigoted uncle saying all the same shit that makes you groan at family barbecues, but someone gave him a microphone. So one of those is on stage doing his thing. And at one point he says, I love doing shows with these young comics, man. They start talking about smoking pot. I'm like, oh, wow, you smoke pot? Really? You must be so cool. Guess what? My generation pretty much invented it. I was in the back of the room like, what? Because I was high as shit. I had no clue. No clue what was going on. Figured it out. I was like, I think that guy's talking about me. Only issue I had with anything he said was, who are you calling young? Who is the young comic that you think is on this show with you? You know who doesn't think I'm young? Actual young people. That's who. Normally there's a part of this bit right here where I stoop down low to the ground. I tell you if I stay like that for too long, when I stand back up, my mouth will make a noise that my brain did not tell it to make. But I can't do that part of this joke right now because earlier this week I was sneezing and I turned and my back still has not forgiven me for that decision yet. None of this is young man shit, you guys. Do you see my hairline right now? How dare you, sir? I have earned the right to gripe. I'm that special brand of balding in your 30s where when that hat was on, the whole front row was looking at me like, what is this young man yelling about right now? Hat comes off, that 60-year-old must exfoliate constantly. His skin's incredible. Whenever I'm doing this part of this joke and there's actual old people in the crowd, and there might be, I smell Werther's Originals. They always start looking at me like they're mad, like I'm trying to take being old away from them. Like I know what that experience feels like. And that's not what I'm saying. Being old and being not young are two entirely different things. There's a lot of gray area there. But we have all passed through the threshold where you woke up one day, thought you were dying, and then a doctor told you, oh, this is just how life is going to feel for you from here on out. That's the great equalizer. You are no longer a young man the day you go to an emergency room, say, I just had a heart attack. And they say, you just ate cheese too quickly. That's what you did. So all I said was that I smoke weed, that I do a thing that I enjoy. And that guy got offended by it. And I did not mean to challenge him or throw down a gauntlet like, hey, which generation were the better stoners? It's not what I meant to do, but it is how he took it. And I understand why. Because I am not that young anymore. All he saw was someone from a younger generation talking about doing something he used to do. He wants to make sure I respect those who came before me and know my roots, right? Totally get that. So yeah, older generation of stoners. If you're here tonight, you definitely are because we're in Portland, Maine. If you feel like you don't hear this enough, you established stoner culture as we know it. You get all that credit. Because what you established is we should be arrested if we look like maybe we smelled it one time. That is all you did. Then my generation came along. It is now stronger, legal, and we have turned it into donuts, and you are all fucking welcome. No, I'm not saying thank you to a single one of you wrinkly bastards. We are doing you favors. Your old leather lungs are not going to be able to handle smoke for that much longer, and it's easier now. Have a snack. Someone always wants to say, we had edibles, we made brownies all the time, and that's fair, you did. You had brownies, and we have fucking menus, dude! We're like a week away from having whole restaurants called Burn Outback Steakhouse or THCGI Fridays, where you can go order an entire meal that you won't remember eating. Don't want to eat it? Don't want to smoke it? Have some more options. You can breathe a little vapor, sip a beverage, adorn a balm upon your skin. I heard about a slow time release patch that you can get now. You just put it on like a lick and stick tattoo, or you're shipping yourself Amazon Prime. Just lamp, bamp, 2 days later I'm wasted. That's incredible. I was looking at a dispensary menu the other day. There's suppositories now. Awesome, because I'm not a drug mule, but I frequently want to shove something up my ass before I go to the airport. So I appreciate that. The only way you can't get high right now is by listening to the weed. And as soon as we figure out how to do that, 311 is putting out the greatest album of their entire career. Hey, you know what a young person wouldn't have done there? Make a 311 reference. And that's how I know that I'm not a young person anymore. That's how I know that I haven't been one for a solid couple years at this point. Because the week after I turned 36 years old, I found myself speaking to an 18-year-old. For the first time in my life, I was face to face with someone who was legally considered an adult and exactly half of my age. It messed with my head so hard. I immediately started doing that obnoxious old man thing where I just asked them about things that happened before they were alive. It's like, tell me about 9/11. They were like, I wasn't born. I was like, hashtag never remember. That's so crazy. But as we talked, I started getting scared. Because think about it, man. It's 2024 right now. If you turned 18 this year, you were born in 2006. It is basic math that you guys should have been able to suss out on your own, but I understand leaving the numbers to the autistic guy. I get it. If you were born in 2006, what year do you think you started finding your own music to listen to outside of parental influence? Like 2014, 2013 at the absolute earliest? That means we now have an entire generation of adults that do not know that nu metal and rap metal were ever a thing. And if you don't remember the past, you are doomed to repeat it. So hey parents, I know this is a tough talk to have with your kids, but you gotta sit them down. Say, listen, there's a dark cloud hanging over our nation's past. Long time ago, in a faraway land called Michigan, there was a white trash cowboy. His name was Kid Rock, and his whole family was no good. He had a dad, Papa Roach. Dad had a brother, Uncle Cracker. They went around the country murdering music. That's what they did. Everywhere they went. Click, click, boom. Just everywhere. At first it was dope. There were kitties, there were orgies, but it went on for too long. They pushed it. We were all so disturbed by this, we gathered up this bloodhound gang, we relocated them to a place called Crazy Town, where they slowly died off because all they had to eat was corn and Limp Biscuits. One of them fell in a drowning pool. But it's up to you to make sure this never happens again, because you are the youth of the nation. I do want to mention after all of that I only smoke weed now. Because I did used to have a legitimate drug problem. For a long time, I just didn't say no to them. And I'm happy to report that 2024 marks 15 years since the last time I did anything harder than smoking weed. Thanks. That's very nice of you. It's also the dumbest round of applause that anyone ever gets. Because I know the crowd that I attract. Someone with cocaine in their pocket just clapped because I don't do it anymore. There is a 100% chance of that. I never used to talk about getting sober because it always annoyed me when other people did. They always say the same things. My life is so much better now because drugs had ruined it, because drugs are so bad. And I'm not gonna say any of that because not fucking true. Drugs are amazing, you guys. That's why it's hard to stop doing them. They're incredible. The drugs do exactly what they're supposed to do every single time. Have you tried them? Because if not, tonight is a great time to start. This show has been fun, but it would have been more fun if we were all on Molly right now. There's no arguing that. And I'll be honest, there's not a lot of good parts. Being high is more fun than not being high. But there are a couple good parts. For one, I really like once you get to this point where you're comfortable with it, you speak about your past openly, you will notice other people not that comfortable with it. They'll get weirded out, even though it's your life that you're talking about. People really do not like if you don't seem to regret all the drugs you used to do. And I'm sorry, but I don't. On a list of things I've escaped in my life that I am proudest of, drug addiction doesn't crack the top 3. Top 3 goes like this: Christian religion, restaurant industry, and a particularly aggressive goose that I encountered in the summer of 1997. But no, when you find yourself in that situation where someone's weirded out by your life, what you have just discovered is the best way to end a conversation that you don't want to be having anymore. Man, is it great. One day someone asked me, "What kind of deodorant do you use?" And I told them, Shower Fresh Scented Secret for women. Strong enough for a real man, pH balance for a little bitch like me. It works great. They said, "Jay, it's full of chemicals. It's doing awful things to your body. You gotta stop using it." I said, "When I was 17, I did heroin." They went, "I bet your deodorant's fine. I'm gonna never talk to you again. I'm sorry, goodbye." And the best part about it is that you don't need to talk to drug dealers anymore. That's the best. I had a couple cool ones, but when the cool one's not available, you have to go to your backup options, and they are never good. Anyone here who just drinks, please be very thankful that the sketchiest guy you ever need to talk to just works at 7-Eleven. To be fair, a couple of my guys worked at 7-Eleven, but that's besides the point. There are sketch balls out there, man. One time I had someone hand me a 1/4 ounce of marijuana. And by that I mean he said, "Sorry, I'm out of baggies," and placed 7 grams of weed in the palm of my hand. And I shit you not, the next words out of his mouth were, "Do you want any blow?" No, dude. I think I'm good with trying to relay race a fistful of powdered sugar across the parking lot of this Walgreens where, might I add, they sell fucking baggies. This feels a bit like we've entered the therapy portion of the show. Let's keep that going. My mother is an extremely conservative, extremely born-again Christian, anti-vax white lady named Karen. Okay, the anti-vax thing came later in life. Thank God I have all of mine. Although it does turn out I'm autistic, so I wasn't super psyched to hand her that W. And look, I love my mom very much, but there is a reason that Karen is the name popular culture decided we were going to apply to any woman who is all of the things I just said my mom is. Karen's a total Karen, but I'm still mad at all of you for picking that name. It's not just Karens, like Susans and Cheryls don't behave exactly the same way. You could have picked another name and saved me a lot of annoying conversations. Why is it my name? Why are they saying that? That's hurtful. I don't like it. I don't know how to speak to their managers about it. You love doing that shit. First time I realized that I had to have a talk with mom about this, I was on Facebook and a post popped up in my feed from the Hallmark movie channel. I thought that was weird because I don't follow that page. I wish Lacey Chabert the best. I just don't know what she's been up to lately. So the post said, "We here at the Hallmark Channel are making an effort to diversify the love stories that we are telling. And we are going to include more LGBTQ plus representation in our stories and movies." I was like, great. Who gives a shit? Not like anyone's fucking on the Hallmark Channel. What do I care what hole you're not putting things in? Go for it. You know who cared? Karen did. Because right below that post was a comment from her that said, "That's disappointing. I want to watch a movie, not have an agenda pushed on me." I was like, I agree, woman that raised me born-again Christian. Wouldn't it suck to have an agenda pushed on you? I was so embarrassed by that comment and just how ignorant it was. And I don't even mean the blatant homophobia. I mean it's so narrow-sighted to act like the story of a overworked and stressed office city type who goes to unwind by visiting their family who lives in a small town in the woods and has their heart stolen by someone in flannel and an SUV with a golden retriever. That has always been a lesbian story to begin with. Mom asked me not to tell any of the jokes I wrote about the time I was visiting my grandfather and he died while I was visiting him. I don't know why I said it that way. It only happened the one time. But I was like, Mom, that's my story. If I want to tell it, I should get to. It's his story too. I'm pretty sure he's not going to tell it. So I feel like I should get to. And she said, but Jay, there is nothing funny about that. So this joke is called Challenge Accepted, Don't Ever Doubt Me Again. So that happened. I went to visit my grandfather. He died while I was there. And let me mention, he was dying before I got there, okay? It's not like he was fine. I show up. He's like, I got to clean the gutters. Can you hold the ladder? But I got a text. None of that happened. He was on hospice care. I was going to say goodbye. I was actually about to leave. I had been there a while. I had already done the I'm going to go soon. It was fine. And then he visibly took a turn for the worse. And we're all just mentally preparing for what we know is about to happen. And then I started giggling. Because all I could imagine was, what if I still stood up right now and was like, well, okay, everybody. That's going to do it for me. Good luck with that. Eee. I mean, that sucks, but I would rather watch Dancing with the Stars tonight than hear a death rattle. You guys get it, right? I didn't leave, obviously. I stayed. And all of us in the room shared my grandfather's last moments with him and each other. And it is a very intense experience if you've never been in the room when someone died. It rattles around in your brain for a long time. You're not sure how you feel about it. And you don't have time to decide before someone reminds you, you just became a part of the team that has to call the rest of the family and tell them what just happened. And there is no wrong way to react upon learning that someone you love has passed. But there are definitely some things you can say that will seem weird if the person you're saying them to just watched that shit happen. Everyone I called, oh my God, I thought we had more time. I didn't think it was gonna happen yet. Me fucking either, dude. I would have planned this visit earlier. This was not a what time are the opening acts gonna be done, I only wanna see the headline event situation. I had other plans for this evening. I am missing Dancing with the Stars for this. Next week, I went to the funeral. I hate funerals. They're not fun. They're boring. I don't like them. To be fair, I'm not a big fan of church to begin with. All you did here was take church and put my grandfather's corpse in the room. That did not make it more fun for me. That's like if you had me over and you were like, do you want to watch Big Bang Theory? I was like, no, I hate Big Bang Theory. And you were like, also, your grandfather's corpse is in my kitchen right now. I don't like wakes either. I don't even get the idea of the wake. It bothers me. You find out a loved one has died, your next question is, when do I get to see the body? I want to see the body. If your girlfriend tells you she's cheating on you, do you go, oh, can I watch you fuck him? That would be good closure for some reason. I don't want any of that, man. I don't want it. Don't want a wake, don't want a funeral. This is what I would like done with my remains. It's my final will and testament. You're all my witnesses. I want to be cremated. I want you to take my ashes, put them in a little paper cup. Then I want you to take that cup and add crushed up Oreos and gummy bears. Then I want you to take it to Karen's house, knock on the door, hand it to her. Say, we took your son to Cold Stone Crematorium. Also, that joke about his grandfather dying was hilarious. And at his celebration of life, we're watching gay Hallmark movies. A lot of my friends tell me, you have an amazing memory. Oh my God, you remember so much stuff. I really don't. I have a worthless memory, you guys. Nothing I am ever gonna need is still up here. I had to do long division to figure out a number the other day. Then I had to Google, how do you do long division? It was gone. Information not available. I was like, why, brain? Why did we cut that out? More importantly, what's still up there? If basic math did not make the cut, what information are we deciding we should hold on to? Well, did you guys know that NyQuil is the nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, stuffy head fever so you can rest and wake up feeling better medicine? Because I will forever for some reason. I actually know exactly why I memorized that whole thing. It's because it infuriates me. It seems so long. Wow, that's a lot for me to remember. In my opinion, not nearly long enough. They left a lot out of that description. If you've ever taken NyQuil, you'll agree. It's more like the nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, stuffy head fever so you can rest and wake up feeling like you got dosed with a hybrid of a roofie and the worst LSD that anyone has ever brewed up in their college dorm bathtub. All your childhood fears were unleashed. They tap dance across your subconscious all night. Now you think you're awake, but it kind of feels like you're moving underwater. So you sort of waft yourself out of bed and land in this position. Then you hobble to the bathroom where you proceed to stare in the mirror and touch your face for approximately 8 minutes. You don't know why you're doing this, but you cannot stop. And then finally, some reality creeps in and you realize, I can't go to work like this. This is so much worse than if I just had a scratchy throat. So now I gotta call out, and I guess I'll take another dose and spend the day dreaming that my great aunt is the tour manager of a ska band of skeletons. Medicine. When all they had to say was, NyQuil, don't get sick, get fucked up instead. I saw a crazy person on the street the other day. This one was special because I could tell he was crazy from a distance. You know, sometimes you need to get close before their symptoms manifest. I was like 2 blocks out. Look at this nut job. And the reason I could tell is because he was wearing a sandwich board. One time, I told this joke, there was someone up front that said, "What's a sandwich board?" I said, "Well, first off, thank you for helping me prove my point, which is how many technological advances have we made since sandwich board was the way you get your message out to the world." But in case anyone, like that girl, doesn't know, you know when you're walking like by a bar and there's that little chalkboard triangle outside? It says like tonight, $2 drafts, handsome comedian. Imagine that with a fucking dude inside of it. Because that's what was clacking down the sidewalk towards me. So he's wearing a sandwich board, it's got scripture on it, and he's yelling at everyone that walks by that we are all sinners, and if we don't repent, we're going to hell. And everyone walking by was like, "Yeah, man, we know." That's kind of Bible 101. Like, did you even read the book? Or did you just Google what do Christians believe and decide you were ready to scream in faces? What even is this method of evangelism where the first step is you need to publicly humiliate me? Did God decide he saves souls the same way Gordon Ramsay saves restaurants? Because that is what this feels like. Call me a piece of shit, buy me a fry later, welcome to heaven? Is that what's going on right now? Religion's a weird topic for me because I was raised born-again Christian. When I was a kid, I had a lot of faith. I did. And then I grew up and became intelligent, so hail Satan. And if you're a Christian, I'm not making fun of you, okay? I respect your beliefs. All I'm saying is you cannot apply logic to anything faith-based. It won't hold up. You gotta just believe. You can't try to break it down. I have a friend who works with a guy who has 3 pictures of Jesus on his desk at all times. No one ever acts like that is weird. So I said, you know what you should do? Put 3 pictures on your desk of Dexter Holland, the lead singer from The Offspring. And then wait the maybe 10 minutes it's gonna take for someone to go, "Wow, you really love The Offspring, huh?" And then you get to go, "No one says shit to Tim about the Jesus Jamboree going on his desk." And I know it's been a while, but The Offspring were relevant celebrities a lot more recently than that fucking guy. Jesus has not toured in a very long time, you guys. They were all regional, too. He never even went global with that shit. I think I've toured more than Jesus ever did. My initials are JC. I'm 38. Look at me not dying at 33. Wasn't even that hard. Hey, by the way, what is up with needing a month and a half to celebrate your birthday? Are you a 23-year-old white girl? You get 1 day, dude. You're in your 30s. Turns out I am making fun of you if you're a Christian. I take all that shit back. Statistically, you're probably the worst. I am a huge fan of true crime, books, movies, podcasts, limited series, documentaries. I love all of it because deep down I am a basic white woman, if you had not noticed. On the way up here, I was listening to an episode of a podcast. It was about a kid in Florida just a few years ago. Teenage kid, you can look this up later. He was walking down the street in the middle of the night. There was an elderly couple hanging out in their garage and they had the door open and the kid decided it was time to do some murdering. He went in and he killed the woman. Husband tried to stop him. Kid climbed on top of him, ate part of his face. Cops show up. It's weird that you laughed at that. Cops show up. They tase him 6 times and he will not go down. Now, if you're like me, you hear that story and you go, yep. Super strength, face eating, Florida. Someone just said it. That's a drug called bath salts. Yeah. We've heard that story before, man. It's happened a few times. It's always bath salts. And it's always in Florida. Never at Walt Disney World, which I always have my fingers crossed that it's gonna be. If any of you can think of a better headline than theater major in a Donald Duck costume is eating flesh and raining terror on the Magic Kingdom, I would love to hear it. No, I heard that. I was like, yeah, bath salts, I know. Kid's toxicology report came back. There were no drugs anywhere in his system. And I went, holy shit, now this is very interesting. And then I went, holy shit, what does it say about me? That you can go a dude ate another dude's face, and I say, I'm gonna need more information. This might be a boring story. My favorite episodes of that stuff, though, are always when they are talking about serial killers. Man, I love it. I just find it fascinating. I don't know why, I just always have. Except whenever they're talking about serial killers, it always feels like there's some big list of names that they are pulling from. You know? Dahmer, Bundy, Gacy, Ed Gein, Son of Sam. There's a couple more. But it has been that same big list for pretty much my entire life. There's not been a big new serial killer of note in a very long time. And I'm getting tired of reading about those same dudes, so one of you needs to get out there and get a little work done, please. What happened to serial killers, man? They vanished. The closest thing we have now is like a mass shooter, and that is not remotely the same thing. I don't find that fascinating. You entirely lack the dedication that I need you to have in order for me to remember you for doing something awful. That's all I'm saying, okay? A serial killer spends years learning how to fake it, developing a double life, writing a stand-up comedy routine, all the things you should do, they do. Anytime the news is talking to the neighbors of a serial killer, everyone goes, oh my God, how did this happen? He's the nicest guy. Everyone loves him. He's finishing his own basement. It was not weird he had that many tarps. How did this happen? When they talk to the neighbors of a mass shooter, it's just, oh yeah, that guy sucks. Yeah, he totally seems like he would shoot about 50 people. Everyone hates him. Yep. Dedicate yourself to your craft, you amateurs. If murder is an art form, shooting someone with a gun is a kindergarten hand turkey. There's no effort there. I want an artist. Give me like a punk rock DIY throat ripper who's at home right now. There's a guy bound and gagged on the floor next to him while he sharpens an ice pick and he's got the evening news on. And they're saying this week there were 4 more mass shootings in our country. And he's going, oh, it just makes me sick. That these entitled motherfuckers forgot their roots. He points to the wall where he's got a framed picture of Jeffrey Dahmer hanging. He's like, that man was a national hero that was not afraid to get his hands dirty. You know how hard it is to turn bones into dust using only a sledgehammer? That's real work. You won't get that from today's generation. They'd use a wood chipper to get roughly the same result. But not Uncle Jeff. He said there is no goddamn way I am letting another machine steal a job from an honest, hard-working American. Someone go put on Springsteen, I will pledge allegiance and then jerk off in this guy's ribcage. Portland, Maine, thank you so fucking much. You have been absolutely amazing. Have a good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jay Chanoine.